Let's take some calls, shall we? Gareth's an England fan. Morning, Gareth.
Good morning, Gareth.
Morning, gents. Hope you're well.
Yeah, very good. What did you make of last night?
It was okay. We got through, but I just want to say one thing, right? I just want to say, I think you should dig a picture here. Like, I mean, you're on floor 17, and I think you come down a few levels and realise. I think you've got your Premier League goggles on. I really do believe that. This isn't the Premier League. This is tournament football. Every team in that tournament deserves to be there. Every player in those teams have quality. They're going toe to toe with us. They're pressing us. They're not giving us any time on the ball. They're making it difficult. It's not meant to be a breeze. You're not going to go beat teams 5-6-0. This isn't Man City versus Brentford. No disrespect to Brentford. Every team in that tournament has the right to be there, and it's not going to be a breeze. Well, it's going to be difficult.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Gareth, but it's not Man City against Brentford because it's more of a mismatch than that. England against Slovakia is first against 45th in the world. Manchester City against Brentford is first against 13th or 14th. You know, this is the easiest Euros in history to qualify for. We should be seeing off teams like Slovakia, shouldn't we?
Yes, Jeff, I disagree, mate. You give me these stats, but they've got a right to be there, and I think you're discrediting them a little bit. At the end of the day, mate, they're going toe-to-toe with us, and I don't agree with the rankings. At the end of the day, they deserve to be there. We disrespect them a little bit. You know, it's always this arrogance about England, we should be doing this. I'm sick to death of us calling Southgate, calling the team. At the end of the day, mate, these teams are there, and they're going toe-to-toe with us. Yeah, we should be doing a little bit better.
But you say toe-to-toe. What do you mean toe-to-toe? We saw Georgia go toe-to-toe last night, Spain. Thrashed them 4-1, could have been 6 or 7. We're not saying we should beat Slovakia 5-0. We were all predicting, it could be a tight game, but 2-0. We should have enough, and we should do. We got some of the best players in the world. We should be beating Slovakia, mate, comfortably.
We keep saying we've got the best players in the world, but we're fixating on. We're looking at Premier. We're comparing to. I think you're comparing to Premier League. It's a completely different. And Spain, I couldn't care less about Spain. I care about Spain when we meet them in the finals. And I can tell you this now: when we go against Spain or Germany in the semis or in the finals, we'll have a better game of football because it's more transitional. Gabs, it's hard to play against high pressing teams. It's hard to play against teams that sit the low block, especially international quality.
Of course.
It's not an easy ride, mate. And I think we just need to be a bit more philosophical about it. And just get off his back a little bit.
Gareth, I hear your point and I understand what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. And, of course, Slovakia have done well to get to where they are. But, we're not talking about an England team that's going to go out and beat teams 5-6-0. But it was so obvious to I think, most people that the spaces in behind, their front six where they were pressing, Lobotka playing in midfield by himself, the spaces either side of him. As a football person, the spaces are there. I've watched a Slovakian team against Ukraine, and Ukraine, I wouldn't say, are on England's level at all, but they were able to exploit them spaces, but yet England weren't able to do that last night. No one's turning around and saying it's going to be 5 or 6-0 every game. Of course it's not. Tournament football is not the Premier League. Yeah, of course that is exactly the way it is, and it is difficult, but let's be serious and let's be honest. Our England team should be beating that Slovakian team last night comfortably.
Thanks, Gareth. Good call, mate. So by hook or by crook, we're into the quarterfinals. It's England against Switzerland. It's live on talkSPORT this Saturday at 5 o'clock. We will get the Swiss perspective next from former defender Ramon Vega.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.